Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
We love you, Denver, City by the Bay.
We do love you, Denver.
Nice.
We love you, Denver! City by the Bay!
Okay, so thoughts, prayers. I've been saying this from day one. By any legal means necessary, he is an existential threat, not just to this country but to the world. And I will take whatever tool in the toolbox we can. Judge Ludwig, who's the conservative giant that everybody quotes, right? He said the individual justices of the Colorado Supreme Court brought honor to their court as well as to the state and federal judiciaries with their opinion tonight in this historic case. Their opinion is unassailable under the objective law of the federal Constitution and Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. The Supreme Court of the United States ought to affirm this decision today. Well, they're going to have to take it up fast, right? Because it's January 5th.
I mean, they can deny taking it up. They can do that.
Right.
You need four to agree to take a case.
But the Republican Party of Colorado is already planning ways on getting around this. They're gonna do a caucus instead of a primary, and that's a legal way of getting around this. So yeah.
Well, but I mean, it could be dominoes because there's other states, and we'll see what the Supreme Court. And
then these other states that their Republican parties will have caucuses instead of. I don't think it changes as much as you might think it changes.
Totally blocking buzzkill of an Eeyore.
I just
got off the phone with Dean Obadala, who said he thinks there is in his lawyer hat. I was calling him about the Middle East, but it's a whole thing. Really, I need to understand everything better. An emergency call before the show. Dean, help me. Can you explain 70 billion, 11 billion years of history in the Middle East to me? And I got 20 minutes before we go on.
Oh, boy.
I got Malcolm Nance today, and I got
I'm kind of surprised he was up this early.
Yes. Well, I texted him first. I did say, "Are you up?"
Okay.
You up? Sup? What you doing? Sup?
Penny for your thoughts.
You up? Okay. Hit me back.
And he hit you back?
No, you hang up first.
Oh.
No, he is fantastic. But we talked about the Supreme Court thing last, and as a lawyer, he said, who knows, but he thinks there's a very good chance. I mean, the thing that I cannot believe there's a universe in which Clarence Thomas does not have to recuse himself from this. But we'll see.
He's not forced. I mean, he's not required to recuse himself from anything.
Yeah,
I know he should. Yeah. But he's not required to.
To not take $300,000
exactly.
RVs.
A lot of these norms that we've had for all these years need to be codified into law. That's what Trump has made us discover.
Yeah. The fact that we even have to be here because Republicans are such cowards, and of course they still are. Right. Privately they're all celebrating this and going, "Oh my God!"
Well, yes, they are.
Because they don't. So that way they can keep their crazy MAGA base, right? And go, "Oh well, it was terrible and wrong what they did in the Supreme Court, which is it's awful. Oh my God!"
This decision has already done wonders for their fundraising.
Right, so that they can try to not piss off Trump's base and yet have it both ways.
So politically, it's good for them.
And we're here because they're cowards, because they haven't done. I mean, are you kidding? They are praying like we are that somebody or something stops Trump, whether it's the Supreme Court or Jack Smith or God knows what. Right? I mean, it's
even Nikki Haley's contention is that the voters should stop Trump, not the courts.
Well, we did, and again, as we keep saying, we did.
Everybody.
He tried to overturn the will of the voters. That's why we're here. Right. We did vote.
We've already done that.
Yeah, and so, but they're all. You knew they were all going to be cowards about this,
sure.
and Dean's tweeted, "Barring Trump from the ballot for violating the 14th Amendment is not undemocratic. It's called upholding the U.S. Constitution. You know what is undemocratic? Trump attempting a coup and engaging in the January 6th insurrection." He went on to say, if the U.S. Supreme Court agrees with the Colorado Supreme Court that Trump is disqualified from the presidency by way of the 14th Amendment, Trumpers can write in Trump all day, but even if he wins, he can never be sworn in as president, never. A lot of opinions out there this morning. I mean, because I think this is obviously not the only state, and by the way, I think Republicans, if you're really patriots, you follow what that delightful Vivek Ramaswamy says, and everybody should remove themselves from the Colorado ballot in solidarity with Donald Trump. Where's your loyalty? Stick together. And by the way, who doesn't want to spend more time with Vivek Ramaswamy? You go with him. Go with him. Oh my God, it's going to be So much fun. It's like being trapped in an elevator with them. Go! Solidarity. Take your names off. Go on maybe a hike, like an RV trip with Clarence Thomas instead of getting on the Colorado ballot.
Yeah, Clarence and Ginny.
There's some great hiking in Boulder.
Uh-huh.
There is.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice to
We
live in
were
Denver.
trapped in Boulder for a day. Remember that?
Yes. Because the guy that owns the show that's trying to kill me for the life insurance money set the car GPS to avoid highways.
Yep.
And so it took us 11
Where did
billion
you go?
hours to
Like-
get from Boulder to Denver. The
Did you end up
DNC was in
Greeley or
Denver.
something?
The DNC was in Denver.
Yeah. You can tell your, caste system, your place in the party by how far away your hotel
Yeah.
is. at
We
the
were in
DNC.
Boulder.
We were in Boulder.
It's only 25 miles.
Only 25 miles.
Well, unless you've set your GPS for
When you-
avoid highways.
Yeah, when you do a morning show live and you're 25 miles away from the arena and you have to go through that phalanx of security, that's not fun.
Oh, boy. Good times.
At least
Good
they're an
times.
hour later than here.
And we didn't take highways from Boulder to Denver.
It's just the 25. Just take the 25.
And if you've ever
down.
had to sit through Ron's commentary,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Now, did you know that this section of Colorado's been here since the 1800s? The original gold miners. You really, seriously, you just if you were at that lady on the airplane, you just hang yourself
Yeah.
on the. No.
And also, this is why I print directions so that you don't have to rely on GPS.
All right.
Well, this was 2008
Anyway, Chris and I
Print.
spent a lovely year one day in Boulder.
in Boulder.
I love Boulder. It's a lovely town.
It is lovely.
It really
is. Like, lots of liberal hippies. We love you, Boulder.
Yes.
City by the bay.
Yeah.
Okay. This would be fun. Dean also tweeted the chances that Donald Trump flees the U.S. and seeks
Yeah.
asylum in another country just went up after the Colorado decision barring him from the ballot. I feel like after all we've been through, we're owed a slow speed chase in a Bronco, aren't we?
Slow jet chase.
And that'd be
gonna
fun
say
if he tries to go to Mexico because he's very popular there.
He won't do any of that because that would be admitting defeat.
on.
That would be admitting defeat.
There's no
He-
chance
th-
of
he
him
never
trying to
admits-
climb over a fence
He
and stepping on a Schlitz
nope,
can.
he
No.
never admits defeat. He always stays and fights until the end, until he can't
Oh,
fight
no, he'd
anymore.
just say, I'm fighting from over there, so
No.
you have to fight over
He-
here.
Yes, I wanted to go. Secret Service prevented me. They said no, I
Right.
couldn't go. They said my bone spurs were acting up and I couldn't possibly go.
Has he ever admitted defeat?
No.
Okay, then.
Except he's selling the
Dean
jacket that he
Obadala also
surrendered
tweeted, LOL, MAGA is threatening a civil war because the Colorado Supreme Court upheld the U.S. Constitution. You'd think MAGA would be tired of losing to 2018 midterms, 2020, January 6, 2022, 2023. So much winning. So much winning. Oh, who did that? Oh, Sunday, Divine, rush delivery to Mar-a-Lago following the Colorado decisions. That's just a giant Heinz truck. That's fantastic. What is there an official ketchup alert level at Mar-a-Lago?
Mary Trump tweeted out, R.I.P. to the Heinz Company.
No, this is good for the Heinz Company because now they have to keep replacing that ketchup.
Oh,
This is amazing for the Heinz Company.
They're happy.
Yes.
I haven't gotten to this is morning stack.
Yeah.
It's so surprising though, Chris. Trump goes on Furious posting Bender after being dumped off the ballot.
Oh,
for
did you expect
insurrection.
anything else?
Yeah. Oh, baby caps lock early. Caps lock alert and ketchup alert.
Okay, so
All right.
it's not me. It's just any chair over here. She digs
Yes,
at.
Bonnie likes to dig a hole to China. Okay.
China.
Trump was an enemy of the Constitution, according to George Conway, who said the legal basis is correct for the Colorado decision. We shall see.
It's unprecedented. So unfortunately,
Everything's
I
unprecedented.
know. Yes.
Because of him, like the things
Right.
we've never had to think about.
Exactly. And so the Supreme Court is going to weigh in on it, and let's hope that they.
Yeah, and nobody has confidence in this makeup of the Supreme Court, but I don't know. Someone mentioned yesterday, if they rule for him, for instance, on immunity, then they're taking their own power away. They're just saying, okay, he can ignore anything we rule if he's president again.
Well,
because-
like Allison said yesterday, then Joe Biden doesn't have to leave office.
right.
So
yeah, exactly.
Really, you want to rule that way,
Yeah,
kids?
exactly. All right, Shouty McShoutface, Malcolm Nance for the hour.
For the
next.
hour.
Yeah, it's wow. We've got a lot going on. We'll talk about, because obviously his last book, They Want to Kill Americans, is really about what happened January 6th. And this, if this is an insurrection, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm, again, not a lawyer. I know that shocks you, Chris.
I
am not a lawyer.
What? Since when?
I've taken a law class.
I don't see how
Me
this
too.
does not violate the 14th Amendment. I just,
I took 2 law classes, actually.
I only
Did you?
took one.
Oh,
I took 2.
all right.
I had to write briefs and stuff.
Same here.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
fancy. Okay, yeah. No wonder you learned that fancy stare decisis and whatever the other.
Tort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Right.
It's a post facto.
Yes, exactly. My point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and also Congress left town without funding anything for Ukraine. And
Or Israel.
So yeah, or Israel, and that's what we can talk to Malcolm about.
I would go ahead and preemptively turn your volume down a little bit.
Get ready for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a great. We obviously had Dino Badal on a few days ago, and it's hard to talk about 11 billion years of history in the Middle East on a talk radio show, and we covered some legal topics and other stuff, but it was just I just really wanted to learn. So it was an interesting conversation about. Because first of all, he has family there, so this is not
This is personal.
There is anger in the Muslim community, obviously,
Absolutely.
but I just it's so heartbreaking because we were saying like after October 7th, there's no doves left in Israel either.
No.
Netanyahu doesn't want a 2-state solution. Most Israelis don't now. Palestinians, like I was talking to Dean about polling showing they would. If there were an election today, they'd vote for Hamas again. It's just, it feels so hopeless to me. And as I've said, I just think Biden is doing the best he can with a horrible situation. And he has spoken out about Israel's losing the world's support and to be, more proportional. But that being said, I said to Dean, what do you do? I don't know. This literally is, I don't know what Israel's supposed to do, what Biden's supposed to do when you have this terrorist enemy that is embedded and using human, civilians as human shields. Like,
What did Dean say to that?
Malcolm wrote a piece about, how we took ISIS out and and we talked about this, Chris. Unfortunately, because of Republicans, the U.S. has no moral high ground. We didn't even attack the right country after 9/11.
Right.
We killed hundreds of thousands of civilians,
So we're the last country to tell Israel what to do.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, and we just talked about the proportional that this would be like 40,000 Americans
people
killed
all
in
at
one
once.
day, and what would you expect the U.S. to do? And the fact that I think I saw it yesterday. Was it 13 Americans were killed by Hamas on October?
I think so.
7th,
something
and
like
I think
that, yeah.
I can't remember the number that are still hostage. But I just think, imagine that anywhere else in the world, we'd be going crazy. But are we how come nobody seems to care about that? Because it was in Israel. I don't. Anyway, my heart breaks for everybody
They
on
might
both
be
sides.
dual,
But anyway, I
dual
told
American Israeli citizens.
That
So
could be an issue.
Oh, so they don't count.
I mean,
I know. I know you didn't mean that, but that's my point. That's the way Jews feel.
yeah, I know.
I mean, I have Jewish. I mean, I have Palestinian friends like Dean, and I have Jewish friends that are peaceniks, but are like this, like that. It's just.
I've mentioned my friend who's originally from Lebanon. He lives in New York City right now, and he started calling Joe Biden Genocide Joe. He's never been political in his entire life.
Yeah.
And this has kind of radicalized him.
Yeah. On both sides. On both. I mean, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
right, exactly.
And understandably.
Everybody needs to just watch Munich again.
There it is, my first drink of the day, Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Many of you know my story. I stopped drinking wine for 3 years during COVID, during the lockdown as part of a health reset. Now I drink wine in moderation, but this is an amazing new product. I've always believed in probiotics. And Z-Biotics, check this out. You drink just one of these. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. I am using this and I feel great in the morning. I don't have to worry if I have an extra glass of wine, I still feel great in the morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. I've always had acid reflux problems. It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. All I know is it works. It is Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Go to zbiotics.com/politicalvoices or scan the QR code on the screen right now.